Alright, what's up everybody? It's your boy Nick Met 2 with the Raw February 16th review. I would like to say I always start but but like I told you guys before, I know some people was asking me for the Impact Wrestling review. And I said that in my last video, I think it was NXT, that I wouldn't be doing it because it was All-Star Weekend. And then that from Friday to Sunday, the NBA had my attention. For those who don't know, I live in Brooklyn, and I participated in all the events in the city, and it was amazing. I might do a video collage of all the photos I took. I went to a Jordan Brand event, Nike event, the House of Who's by Madison Square Garden. But I want to bore y'all out, so if I do that video, please expect that. But let's get down to wrestling. And Vince McMahon right there. First off, you have John Cena promo. It was a little like a wink, wink, nudge, because I was waiting for Triple H and Stephanie to come out there today. But his promo was basically he will beat Rusev and he's going to fight his way. Rusev interrupts and they get into a little brawl like last week, but this time John Cena gets the upper hand and he lays out Rusev. One thing I want to say about this John Cena promo, it wasn't like any of his other promos. It was more serious in tone. And there was no jokes that belittle and bury the opposition. I will give him credit on that. It was no joking around. Like, you know how John Cena does his jokes and it just makes him look like a fucking fool. Like, make the other nigga look like a fucking fool. But it was really good. Good segment. Next up, Dean Ambrose. I think he's doing a play on Bad News Barry. So no snooze kid. And he was like, he will have Bad News Barry sign an Intercontinental Championship contract tonight. Dean Ambrose and Luke Harper. It was a okay match. Good flow in it. It was a nice DDT from the top rope that Ambrose delivered on Harper. And the finish was 30 Ds to Harper. Overall, good match. One thing I want to know, what are they doing with Luke Harper? I would like for Luke Harper to at least be something. Guy is good. So we have that. Next up, we have a Triple H, Big Show, and Kane segment. Talking about on Friday, because I think it was some Big Show hit Kane or something, and it was like turmoil and tag team turmoil. So he's telling them to get into the same page. Next up, you have a Wyatt promo about the Undertaker. I think this was the first one, because it was 3 tonight. The first one was the best one yet. Next up, you have the Dust Brothers with Dusty. The Dust Brothers with Dusty, the dad, telling him he's on the same page. Yada yada, saying like. Then you have the New Day against the Dust Brothers. I did not see this match. I went to get some food when I came back. Kofi Kingston hit Goldust with Trouble in Paradise, and they win. And then after the match, Goldust is trying to stir up, and Stardust trying to pick him up. And this is everybody. If you watch wrestling for as long as you know, you ain't watched wrestling for so long, you knew Stardust was gonna hit, because he came right on him. And then he hit him with what the fuck does he call? I think this twisting this. It's something. Or Charlotte, it's something, I forgot, but he hit him. Stardust hit Goldust with his finishing move. So I think Fastlane, it'll be Dust Brother versus Dust Brother. Next up, you have Roman Reigns versus Kane. DB comes out. He will be on commentary. One thing about this match, it was funny. It was a dual chant, so people that calls Roman Reigns next John Cena have something to him, because one portion of the crowd was chanting, "You can't wrestle," mainly the adults, male adults, and then the responding chant was, "Yes, he can. You can't wrestle. Yes, he can." It was a little kid, so we had that to look forward to for the next 10 years. Roman Reigns wins. It was an alright match. It's about quality as you could get from a Roman Reigns and Kane. The finish of this match came when it was outside, and Roman Reigns hit a spear on Kane for the count out victory. DB got up, started doing the yes chants, and Roman Reigns went on the apron like this. He said, "Come on in, come on in." And Daniel Bryan just went around the ring chanting yes, taunting him. So we have build up for that. Next up, we have the Bella stealing Paige's clothes in the shower. Brian Saxton was outside the locker room, and he was like, "Oh, we just stole a cage. She had to compete naked." And then Paige comes out. She looks at the rose, like she looks at She said, I can't compete. I have no my gear. She asked Cameron. Cameron was like, girl, bye. Fucking girl, Future and Devil fucking hate that bitch. And then she looks at the Rosebud. It was a little fairy. So she pulled in. One thing I do like this segment only because they portray the Bellas as the typical high school females who do anything and anything to get at a outcast type female like Paige, and this is like something they do. So I appreciate this segment. This segment was all right for me. Next up is Paige versus Summer Rae, and Paige looked fucking hot as hell in that Rosebud outfit. Sweet Jesus. Wasn't really paying attention to this match because on NBA TV there was no I did see this match, but this is for the next one. My fault. Paige beat Summer Rae with the widow lock. I forget the scorpion lock. Something. I be forgetting this shit. The Paige Tapout. They renamed it. There we go. Paige Tapout. She wins. After the match, it was 9 o'clock, and I went to check out the Kobe interview on NBA TV. So I flipped over, and then they went to flip back up, and then I guess Paige said something on the mic to the Bellas because Nikki and Bree went back out. So I missed that. I'm sorry. Next up, you have a Seth Rollins promo saying he could do anything he wants. He could be the president, run for Congress, but he just wants to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion because he had the Money in the Bank and he wants to do that. Then Dolph Ziggler interrupts, and I guess they have a match because I'm sorry, I was watching the Kobe interview. The interview was great. I know the best match probably of the night, and I fucking missed it for Kobe. I'm not a Kobe fan, but I'm a basketball historian. This is just something I had to watch. So I did not see the Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins match, but I did come back and they said Dolph Ziggler won by DQ. So I guess J&J, somebody did something. Next up, and then after I was watching the Kobe interview because this was about basically our like the time frame led up to it, and I came back. It was Triple H and Ric Flair in the ring. And one thing, I said this in my past video. I said two things that WWE have done I have said and they have done in like upcoming episodes of Raw. One was the Dean Ambrose doing whatever it takes to win an Intercontinental title. I said that in one of my videos. Look back at it. I said it. And another thing I said, I saw it on the internet. Use past WCW guys to build up Sting. I said that last week. Look at my video. I said it. And Ric Flair said this today. He's like, look, Triple H, Sting is not necessary. I said that shit. I am wrestling God. But he pushes Ric Flair because Triple H says besides his family and his wife, nobody will get in between him and the business he loves, and that when he faces Sting on Sunday, that he will never ever show his face again. Next up, you have the Ascension and Darren Young and some mystery no name. Who the fuck was this in the ring? The Ascension come out, they start beating them down, and then Titus O'Neil comes out with the save, so maybe Primetime plays versus the Ascension at Fastlane just to give the Ascension somebody to beat. Next up, it was a Miz and Wade Barrett promo. I like the way they're portraying the Miz now. That's the Hollywood jerk. He was like, show him a little tough love. He said, have my people call your people. Like, shit like that is just funny. Just improves the character. That's one thing now. They have all these characters. Let the characters intertwine with each other. You really hardly get to see that. Next up, it was Bad News Barrett versus Mizdow. It was short, just like last week. Miz was outside in the director's chair, interfering with Mizdow when he was on offense. One time he asked him whether his scuff his shoe, and another time he was asking somebody there's a spot on his sunglasses. That was the finish of the match. He was coming for the sunglasses. Oh, there was just a head, and he came around with a bow hammer. So Bad News Barrett leads Mizdow, but then Dean Ambrose jumps over the railing. He hog ties Bad News Barrett's hands over the pole, and he has him sign the contract. So we have an Intercontinental match on Sunday. Next up, we have another Bray Wyatt promo. This time is him with a hammer and nail nailing down, I think was a coffin for the dead man. So it's starting to heat up. And then next up, you will have Jimmy and Naomi, whoever the fuck she's married to. I can't remember if it's Jimmy or fucking Jay. I want to say Jimmy, but I think it's Jay, and I don't want to say Jay because I think it's Jimmy. versus Tyson Kidd, the Fact Dropper, and Naomi. Short match, nothing to it match. The one thing about this match that was pretty cool was the finish. Naomi and Natalia going back to back with false finishes, pins, cover ups. But Naomi picks up the victory. Next up, you have Daniel Bryan versus Roman. Daniel Bryan versus Big Show in the main event. Slow match. I am getting burnt out by 10:45. I just want the show to be over so I could see, so I could be happy. It feels like a 3-hour prison sentence. It was all right. So I'm trying to think. Daniel Bryan loses because one of the spots in the match, you got Big Show pushed Daniel Bryan to Roman Reigns, and Big Show was going for a spear. Daniel Bryan sauce right, so Roman Reigns caught all of that spear. So they go back into the ring. Daniel Bryan, Big Show, and Roman Reigns comes down to nowhere, super punch Big Show. So Daniel Bryan loses by DQ, and then Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns go at it like wild dogs to send the go home show to Fastlane on a pretty good note. Today's episode of Raw, I'm giving it a 5.5 out of 10. I'm trying to think. What the fuck comes on Tuesday? No, it comes on Tuesday. No NXT review. I don't think I want to do SmackDown this week. TNA, I would do. I would do a TNA and I would do a predictions video for Fastlane. Then I would do a Fastlane review. So it's your boy Nick Met 2. 5.5 today's episode of Raw. I love talking to you guys. Please like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see y'all on Friday. Peace.